Hello everyone, welcome back to Chateau Rose. I have another fragrance gifting guide for you, this time niche fragrance edition. Now the idea with these gifting guides is to make it super easy for you to shop during this holiday season because I match the fragrances I'm going to recommend to you to the different types of people that you could be shopping for. So I have 7 fragrances to share with you today and you can find them on maxaroma.com, who is the sponsor of today's video. They have some great holiday offers going on as well, but a little bit more on this in just a moment. I'm going to kick off straight into fragrance number 1, which I would recommend to the fashion girl, the fashionista, the girl who loves to dress up, follow trends, has the best accessories and clothes of the season. And so when thinking of a fragrance to match this person, I'm thinking of a fragrance that is trendy, and not trendy in the sense of popular, because this perfume, I actually haven't talked about on this channel yet, and I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it, so it's kind of an underdog, but it is trendy within fragrances in the sense that it has white florals, and white florals are having a moment this year to my greatest satisfaction. And this is why I would recommend a white floral for the trendy fashionista. And the fragrance is Jasminisha by Moresque. I've talked about this brand a little bit on my channel. You probably know my love for Seta by now. And Jasminisha is another great fragrance from the brand. This perfume doesn't disappoint. It is a beautiful white floral. So the notes in this fragrance are orange blossom, there's some jasmine, musks, amber, vanilla, and a gorgeous candied ginger note as well. If the person you are shopping for loves Good Girl by Carolina Herrera or Alive by Hugo Boss, she's going to love Jasminisha. This perfume has a similar DNA, all whilst remaining a fragrance on its own. But I can guarantee you that if she likes the 2 fragrances I mentioned, she will love Jasminisha as well. For me, this perfume is dominant in a sweet nectar-like orange blossom note that's so addictive, and then embellished with some creamy vanilla notes in the base. And that base, that addictive creaminess, reminds me of Good Girl and Alive, but at the same time, it's not as dense and thick and sickening. In my opinion, that's a little bit strong in these 2 other fragrances. Here, it's like quite light and airy, which I find makes this perfume so wearable. It's feminine, it's sexy, and it's a perfume that she can wear all 4 seasons, all year round, and transition from the day to the night. So it's a really versatile perfume, and I think would match very well a fashionista. If you are shopping for an elegant, sophisticated lady, when thinking about this type of person and translating that into fragrances, I'm thinking about powdery notes like iris, that offers this like powdery nuances. But since I talked about iris in my designer fragrance video, I wanted to include another note which I find is very elegant as well, and it is amber. And I found a beautiful, elegant and powdery amber. It's truly a magical scent, and pun intended, because it is called Ambre Magique by Mizensir. This is a new release from the brand this year, and oh my goodness, did it not disappoint. It is a stunning, stunning perfume. Look at the bottle already. It is white with the gold detailing. Normally the Mizensir bottles are clear with the gold, but here the whites just adds something extra. And it's actually my scent of the day, so I'm going to spritz myself just a little bit more, because you can never wear too much perfume. Oh, this is so, so stunning. So this fragrance is an ode to ambergris. So it doesn't contain ambergris, but it has an ambergris derivative in a large quantity, but there's also some light floral nuances with rose. It's delicate, some spice with cardamom as well. It is a beautiful, light and fresh amber fragrance that's very ethereal at the same time. So sophisticated and luxurious. This is like you're dripping in gold. It is beautiful and a spectacular amber fragrance. This is a type of scent that I would recommend for the evenings, for special occasions, and for that special, elegant lady. It also performs really well on my skin. It lasts all day long and has a beautiful, beautiful sillage. Now for the distinguished, discerning gentleman, I would recommend no other fragrance than Reflection Man by Amouage, when it comes to niche perfumes, that is. So Reflection Man by Amouage, I find you can't go wrong with this perfume if you are shopping for a stylish guy that is polished, well-groomed, like he likes to put himself together. I would recommend going for Reflection Man. And this is another perfume that is versatile, that he can wear all year round and make the most out of the scent. Because, you know, if you are shopping for an expensive fragrance, you hope that the person you're shopping for this fragrance would use it a bit more frequently than, you know, once in a while, or like just for, I don't know, a special occasion here and there. This is a fragrance that he can wear to the office, during the weekend, on a night out, on a date. It's appropriate for all of these situations. So for me, this perfume is a gorgeous, clean and fresh smelling fragrance that is polished. It has like a smart, polished character, which I find is why it's good for the office as well. And it's a tension between two different types of atmospheres. First, you have the fresh, green, aromatic notes of rosemary and bitter orange leaves, blended with the softness of florals with neroli and jasmine. There's a bit of ylang as well to add just a bit of an exotic touch, but it's essentially neroli and jasmine. So soft, transparent, white florals, and by no means is this an overly floral perfume, not at all. It's just a balance, a dance between the two, so that fresh aromatic feeling and the softness of white florals. I think this perfume is stunning. The dry down is a bit soapy and powdery, so you're gonna get that clean, crispy, clean feeling. To me, this fragrance smells as if you had entered one of those luxurious men's attire stores in Mayfair in London, like wooden floors, tailored suits everywhere. That is what I would imagine the customer entering these stores to smell like, or even the store to smell like. It has a very refined and polished feeling about it. Reflection Man by Amouage. Now, if you are interested in getting any of these fragrances, as mentioned at the beginning of the video, Max Aroma have some special offers going on for the holiday season. You can get free 2-day shipping on orders over $200, where the cutoff date to receive the fragrances in time for Christmas is the 21st of December. And if you are based internationally, there is a fixed shipping fee of $30 as long as you use FedEx and UPS, and the cutoff date to receive your gifts in time for Christmas is the 15th of December. There are also 2 site-wide promotions, discounts that is, where if you have an order between $150 to $279, you can get 10% off plus a niche fragrance discovery kit using the code JSDR10 at checkout. And if your order is $280 and above, you can get 15% off site-wide using the code JSDR15. So if you are looking for a niche fragrance gift, I invite you to take advantage of these offers. It's nice to get a bit of a discount if you're getting a gift for yourself or for someone. So there you go, happy shopping. Let's get into the next fragrance category, which is for the extravagant friend or relative. So for the extravagant friend or relative, you're going to want to find a fragrance that is bold and loud. That at least is how I would envision it and recommend it to you. So I have 2, one for the gentlemen and one for the ladies. For the gentleman, I would recommend none other than Oud for Greatness. This is boldness in a bottle. It is strong, magnetizing, and really potent. This is the strongest fragrance from the Initio line, and if you know Initio fragrances, they're already very strong. Oud for Greatness is a spicy, sweet oud fragrance. It is incredible. You have a big dose of nutmeg, and it's like a dry oud note with nutmeg and some sweetness of saffron. And that sweetness can be similar, I would say, to Baccarat Rouge. By no means are the 2 fragrances similar, but there is like a reminiscence of sweetness from Baccarat Rouge in this fragrance. You add the oud and the spices. I mean, this fragrance is like a bomb. It is very strong, long-lasting, 12 hours plus, with a huge projection, so everyone will notice your friend or relative if they wear this fragrance. Now for the ladies, I would recommend, and sorry if I'm butchering this name, Mazyon by Blend Oud. And if they like Alien by Mugler, they're going to love this. It is very similar to Alien, but I find this to be even stronger and even more intoxicating and long-lasting than Alien by Mugler. It has that like addictive, extraterrestrial, floral amber DNA with that like jasmine, the amber, and it's just so intoxicating and like yeah, extraterrestrial. Like this is coming from another planet. Oh, it smells so incredible. This perfume is super seductive as well. Like this is a baby vamp in a bottle. So sexy, and one that I would recommend for evenings, date nights. So if you want to gift maybe your girlfriend and you want to have like a sexy night out with her, I would recommend you go for this perfume. It is addictive, intoxicating, and very seductive. And finally, if you are shopping for someone who already has everything, I got you covered. For the ladies and for the gents. This is probably the worst person to shop for because they have everything and you're like, oh my goodness, what on earth am I gonna find? So I have two fragrances and they share similarities in the sense that they are unique perfumes that you wouldn't find within the designer or the niche world, but that they are easy to understand and very likable. So you're not gonna go like too niche, too crazy and like risk them not liking your fragrance. Like these scents are really likable. So for the ladies, I would recommend Tardes by Carner. I think this one featured my first ever YouTube video. Love this fragrance. I would recommend getting it if the person you're shopping for loves almond. This is stunning. This is a beautiful, fresh, clean, floral almond perfume. It doesn't have a too thick or dense or creamy almond note, which is beautifully done in other fragrances. Here, it's really more on the fresh and soft side. It's complemented with some florals. There's also some woods, but it's predominantly a soft almond note. And to me, this smells like the vanilla scented plastic dolls that you would play with when you were young. As odd as this sounds, it smells beautiful. There's something that is quite comforting about this perfume, and that's what makes it really unique in my opinion. Every time I've worn this fragrance, I've received a compliment from someone and they ask me, oh, like, you smell so nice. What are you wearing? Like, I've never like smelled like this before. It was this perfume. So it does draw people's attention and I haven't gotten anything negative whenever I've worn this. So as I said, it is a likable fragrance, but still unique enough. And finally, for the gentleman, I would recommend you try Kalahari by Noeme. The bottle already is so stunning. This is like, you wouldn't see a bottle like this in the niche world or even in the designer world. So that in its own makes it unique. It's very heavy, feels very qualitative. And the whole idea around this brand is about translating like fragrance and dream. Like it's like fragrances as dreams. And actually even on the cap here, it says, fantasy is more important than knowledge. So it's like the dream-like state of fragrances. Kalahari is a dry, spicy, woody amber scent that really feels hot and dry. It feels hot like a desert. So you're gonna get a blast of spices with cardamom and saffron in the opening. And immediately as well, you'll feel a dry cedarwood note that will take over as the fragrance continues to develop. In the background as well, you have some beautiful musks which adds milkiness to the perfume. So it's like a dry, milky sandalwood with some spices. Beautiful, beautiful fragrance and fantastic for the fall and winter season. So that is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments down below if you have tried any of these fragrances, if you're thinking of gifting them to anyone. I would love to know. And I will put, again, all the information in terms of discounts, codes, everything in the description box down below, as well as the link to shop the fragrances. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.